Friends, welcome to our channel S4 Study NDA and CDS. So today we are going to conduct a session on the current affairs of September 2025, which includes the most important question series for the upcoming examination. So first question is, consider the following statements regarding the exercise Yuddh Abhyas. Statement 1. It was the 21st edition of a joint military exercise between India and the USA. Second is, the exercise was conducted at Fort Wainwright, Alaska, USA. And the third statement is, the Indian contingent was represented by a battalion of the Madras Regiment. So you have to tell which of the following option is correct. So here, option 1, the 21st edition of joint military exercise. It is correct. And the exercise was conducted at the Fort Wainwright, Alaska, USA. It is also correct. And the last statement, the Madras Regiment. It is also correct. So all the above statements are correct in this question. These are the some of the facts regarding the Yuddh Abhyas. It is held from September 1 to 14, 2025, and it is also the one of the largest bilateral military exercise between the two nations. And as we have covered that, it is 21st edition, focused on high altitude warfare. So key drills includes the use of artillery, aviation, electronic warfare, and the US is also represented by the 1st Battalion, 5th Infantry Regiment, also known as Bobcats. So moving to next question. In September 2025, India inaugurated its first ever overseas defense manufacturing facility. In which of the following countries is it located? So the options are Armenia, Morocco, Vietnam, or Philippines. So the country is Morocco. So the location is Berchid near Casablanca in Morocco. The body that is involved in this is the Tata Advanced Systems Limited, along with the collaboration with DRDO. And its goal is to align with the India's Make for the World vision. And the position, it positions Morocco as the defense export hub for Africa and Europe. So these are the important aspects of the above deal. The next question is, with reference to the project Cheetah, consider the following statements regarding the update in September 2025. First statement is, Mukhi became the first Indian-born cheetah cub to successfully reach adulthood, that is the completion of 2.5 years. Second statement is, Project Cheetah was originally launched in Kuno National Park, Madhya Pradesh. So which of the following statement given above is or are correct? So in this, both the options are correct. The Mukhi, that is the name of a cow, is born on 29th of March 2023 and reached the critical age of 2.5 years, that is 915 days in the September 2025. And next is Project Cheetah. The Project Cheetah was launched on September 17, 2022. It includes the introduction of cheetahs from Namibia, and it is also the world's first intercontinental translocation of a large carnivore. Our next question is, which of the following is India's first regional rapid transit system, RRTS train, which achieved its full operational speed of 160 km per hour in September 2025. So the options are option A, Vande Bharat Express, option B, Namo Bharat, option C, Amrit Bharat, and option D is Gati Shakti Express. So the correct option is Namo Bharat. These are the few important points about Namo Bharat. It operates between the route on Delhi, Ghaziabad and Meerut corridor, and its speed, it can touch approximately 180 km per hour, but its operational speed is capped at 160 km per hour. And the technology uses is the ETCS, European Train Control System, level 2 signaling for the high frequency operations. Consider the following statements regarding Quad. Statement 1, it is a grouping of India, USA, Japan and Australia. Option 2, it functions as a formal military alliance like NATO. Option 3, it aims to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific region. So the options are option A 1 and 3 only, B 1, option C is 2 and 3 only, option D is 1, 2 and 3 all are. So in this, the option 1 is correct. It is a grouping of given 4 countries, and option 2 is incorrect, because it is not a formal military alliance. And option 3, yes, it aims to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific region. So in this question, option 1 and 3 only. Now question 6, consider the following statement regarding Agni Prime missile. Statement 1 is, Agni Prime is a nuclear capable ballistic missile with a range of about 1000 to 2000 km. Statement 2 is, it was tested from a rail mobile launcher, enhancing survival. Option 3 is, it is an intercontinental ballistic missile with a range above 5000 km. Second statement is, it was tested from a rail mobile launcher, enhancing survivability. Statement 3 is, it is intercontinental ballistic missile with a range above 5000 km. So in this question, option A is correct. It has the capability to strike up to 2000 km. Option 2 is also correct. It was tested from a rail mobile launcher. But option 3 is not correct, because it is not an intercontinental ballistic missile, but it is an intermediate range ballistic missile. That is intermediate range ballistic missile. So the option 1 and 2 are the only correct options here. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Red Sea. First is, it lies between Africa and Asia. Second is, it connects to the Mediterranean Sea by the Suez Canal. And third statement is, it is located in the Pacific Ocean. So which of the following statements given above is or are correct? So here statement 1 is correct. It lies between Africa and Asia. Second statement is also correct. It connects to the Mediterranean Sea by the Suez Canal. And the last statement is, it is located in the Pacific Ocean. No, it is wrong. It is an inlet of Indian Ocean, and it stretches from Suez Canal in Egypt to the Bab al-Mandab Strait that connected to the Gulf of Aden and the Arabian Sea. So here option A is correct answer of this question. Next question is, with reference to the bilateral investment agreement signed in September 2025, consider the following statement. Statement 1 is, the agreement was signed between India and Israel to provide a legal framework for protecting mutual investments. Statement 2 is, it aims to foster strategic economic growth and enhance investor confidence in both nations. Which of the following statement given above is or are correct? So in this question, statement 1 is correct, and because it is signed between India and Israel. Option 2 is also correct because it aims to foster the economic growth of both the nations. So here option C is correct of this question. Question 9 is, consider the following statements regarding the Indian naval ship INS Radul. Statement 1 is, it is the lead ship of its amphibious warfare class and is based at Kochi. Second is, it is primarily used for the transportation of tanks, troops, and landing crafts for amphibious operations. Statement 3 is, it has been actively involved in providing the humanitarian assistance in the Indian Ocean region. Which of the statements given above are correct? So here option statement 1 is correct because it is based at Kochi and also of amphibious warfare class. And option 2 is also statement 2 is also correct because it is primarily used for the transportation of tanks, troops, and landing crafts. Statement 3 is also correct because it provides the humanitarian assistance in the Indian Ocean region. So here option D is our correct answer. Next question is, regarding the astronomical bodies mentioned in recent space studies, which of the following is or are correctly matched? Statement 1 is Wolf 359. It is a red dwarf star located 7.9 light years away. Second is Mira variables, pulsating red giant stars used to measure cosmic distances. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. So here both are correct and the correct answer is both 1 and 2. So the Wolf 359, it is one of the closest star to our solar system, and it is being frequently studied because of its proximity and high flare activities that are being recorded. Next is Mira variables. These stars are standard candles for astronomers because it helps them in determining the expansion rate of universe. Moving to next question. Consider the following statement with reference to the Seychelles. First, Seychelles is located in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of West Africa. Second statement is, it is the smallest nation in Africa in terms of both land area and population. And the third statement is, the largest island of the archipelago is Mahe. Which of the above statements are correct? So here, statement 1, Seychelles, it is located in Indian Ocean region. So our statement 1 is wrong. Seychelles, it is located in Indian Ocean region and of the east coast of Africa, and also its location is northeast to Madagascar. And second statement, it is the smallest nation in Africa. Yeah, it is correct, both land area and population wise. And third statement is also correct because its largest island is Mahe. So here option B is a correct answer. So this is the information Seychelles, located northeast of Madagascar, which is in Indian Ocean and of the coast of Eastern Africa, not West Africa. That's why statement 1 is not correct. And Seychelles is the smallest African country by area and by population as well. That's why our second statement is correct. And the capital city of Victoria, it is located on Mahé, which is the largest island in Seychelles. So our next question is, which of the following are part of the electoral college for the election of the Vice President of India? Statement 1, elected members of the Lok Sabha. Second, nominated members of the Lok Sabha. Third, elected members of the Rajya Sabha. And fourth, nominated members of the Rajya Sabha. And the fifth statement is members of the state legislative assemblies. Select the correct answer using the codes below. So here statement 1 is correct. Elected members of the Lok Sabha, and 2 is also correct. 3 and 4 are also correct because it includes the elected and nominated members of both the houses, Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, but it does not include the members of the state legislative assembly. So here our option C is correct answer. As we have discussed that the electoral college for the vice president consists of all the members of both the houses, whether they are elected or nominated. And here the key difference is that in the presidential election, the members of the state legislative assemblies are also included. But here in the vice president elections, they do not participate. So that's the major difference only. And some of the important articles related to the vice president, it is Article 63 discusses that there shall be a vice president of India, and Article 64 that vice president to be the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. And Article 65 discusses about its role, that vice president to act as president during the period when president is not available or absent, or there is a vacancy in the office of president. And here the Article 66 talks about the election of the vice president. So moving to our next question, which new category was introduced in NIRF 2025 to assess green practices in higher education institutions? So your option A is state public universities, B is innovation and entrepreneurship, C is sustainable development goals SDG, and D option is skill universities. So the new category for NIRF is sustainable development goals. It has been included from 2025 to practice the sustainable practices. Question 14. Regarding the phenomena known as the blood moon, consider the following statement. Statement 1 is, it is scattering of red light by the Earth's atmosphere that causes the moon's reddish appearance. Statement 2 is, this event can only be observed during a total lunar eclipse. Statement 3 is, the color is a result of sunlight bending as it passes directly through the Earth's atmosphere before reaching the moon. Which of the statements given below or given above is or are correct? Here the statement 1 is wrong because it is not because of the scattering of red light, but the Earth's atmosphere is scatter only the shorter wavelength light that includes the blue and violet, but it does not scatter the red light. So statement 1 is wrong here. Second, this event can be, it can be observed during a total lunar eclipse. And the third statement, the color is a result of sunlight bending. It is also correct. So here our option B is correct. 2 and 3 only. This is the information regarding the options that we had discussed. So here, as we have seen that the Earth's atmosphere scatters shorter wavelength lights like blue and violet, and the longer wavelengths like the red and orange are less scattered, or they continue to illuminate the moon's surface. That's why it gives moon the reddish color. So our statement 1 is not correct here. And the next is the blood moon is a characteristic appearance of the moon during a total lunar eclipse that we had already discussed, and it positions Earth like itself. The Earth positions directly between the sun and moon that blocks all the direct sunlight. And the third is the process responsible for this phenomena is the atmospheric refraction, because when the sunlight comes towards the Earth, it passes through the atmospheric layer, and few of the light rays are bands, and this refracted the light, and that's why the blue component is stripped out and is fall upon the lunar surface. Next question is the recent generation Z. Next question is the recent generation Z protests in Nepal was primarily triggered by option A, electoral fraud in municipal elections, B is discontent over corruption, nepotism, unemployment, inequality, and social media restrictions. Option C is military interventions in politics. Option D is imposition of nationwide curfew. So here option B is correct, because it was primarily triggered by the discontent over the corruption, nepotism, unemployment, inequality, and social media restrictions. Next question is consider the following countries: Egypt, Indonesia, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia. How many of the above have been recently inducted into the BRICS grouping? So only 1, only 2, only 4, or all 5. So here Egypt is also inducted, Indonesia. Iraq is not inducted into the BRICS grouping. UAE is also, and Ethiopia is too. So here option C is a correct answer, only 4. Let's discuss some statistics about BRICS. It is a cooperative intergovernmental organization of the emerging economies, and the name BRICS stands for its 5 founding countries that includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And also the term BRIC was first coined in 2001 by Jim O'Neill to describe the rapid growing economies. It is Brazil, Russia, India, and China. And the BRICS has also recently expanded its membership to countries like the Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, and UAE, and Iran. And it is also now known as BRICS Plus. Here the point is to be noted is that Iraq is not a member of the BRICS grouping. Next question is the Swalcoat hydropower project recently in the news is located on which river? This project is located on Chenab River. So option C is correct answer. The Swalcoat hydro power project is a 1856 megawatt run of the river. That means that it uses the natural flow of the river with the little and no water storage. So it is located on the Chenab River, that is the western river under the Indus Water Treaty in J&K. And the project was initially initiated in 1984, but it got continued delayed, and as of now it is declared as a part of the national importance. And if it got once operational, it is expected to generate over 7,000 million units of electricity annually. That will make it one of the largest hydroelectric project in India. So with the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance, the project is considered crucial for harnessing the Chenab River's hydropower potential and also to enhance the India's control over the western river of IWD. So the next question is, consider the following exercises: Vajra Prahar, second Malabar, third Zapad, fourth Mitra Shakti, and fifth Yudhabhyas. Which of the above are bilateral or multilateral exercises involving India and the US? So here Vajra Prahar is a military exercise between India and USA. Malabar is a military exercise of Quad members, and Zapad that includes Russia. So it is not an exercise of that involves US. India has also participated in it, but the US doesn't. So it is not part of it. Mitra Shakti, it is not the exercise that India do with USA. Mitra Shakti is the exercise between India and Sri Lanka. So it is also wrong here. Yudhabhyas is the military exercise between India and USA. So here our option A is correct. Here are some important military exercises of India. Yudhabhyas, that is with US. Vajra Prahar also with US. Varun, Garud and Shakti. These four are with France. And Shakti is an army exercise with the UK as well. Ajaya Warrior is the UK. Konkan, UK. Simbex is with Singapore. And Sidmex with Singapore and Thailand. Agni Warrior with Singapore. Slanex with Sri Lanka. Mitra Shakti, as we have discussed, with Sri Lanka also. Sampriti is with Bangladesh. Sampriti and Bongo Sagar both are the exercise that India done with Bangladesh. Garud Shakti with Indonesia, and Nomadic Elephant with Mongolia. Dharm Garden with Japan. Dimbex also with Japan. So here are some few multilateral exercises as well. RIMPAC that happens in the Pacific Ocean, and Malabar with the Quad Nations, Lamite with Seychelles, Milan with the Asian nations, Cobra Gold that happened in Thailand. It is also a multilateral exercise. IMT Trilat with Mauritius and Seychelles. Zair al Bahar with the Gulf nations. So what are the Gulf nations? It includes 6 countries: Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE, United Arab Emirates. So next question is, it is a single engine, single seater, multi-role supersonic fighter jet inducted into the Indian Air Force in 1963 and played a decisive role in 1971 war, Kargil conflict, Balakot air strike, and Operation Sindoor, and often called as the bird of all season, and infamously the flying coffin. So which aircraft best fits this description? Option A is Mirage 2000, B is MiG-21, C Sukhoi 30 MKI, and D Rafale M. So here our correct answer is option B, MiG-21. MiG-21, it is a single engine and single seater multi-role supersonic fighter jet that is developed by the Soviet Union's Mikoyan Gurevich Design Bureau, and it was initially inducted into the Indian Air Force in 1963 as an interceptor, and it was later upgraded for the ground attack and for other fighter roles. It is also known as the bird of all season because the MiG-21 excelled as an interceptor, ground attack aircraft, frontline air defense jet, and trainer, and it is shaping the generation of Indian fighter pilots. And it played a decisive role in the Indo-Pak War, 1971 Kargil conflict, Balakot airstrike, and also Operation Sindoor. But it is also known as flying coffin because of its high rate of operational losses that it carries and the crashes throughout its decade-long services. Our next question is question 20. With reference to the Global Innovation Index 2025, consider the following statements. 1. India has been ranked 38th among 139 economies. 2nd, India is the highest ranked country among the lower middle income economies. 3rd is India is a leading innovator in the Central and Southern Asian region. So how many of these statements given above is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, and the last option is none. So here option statement 1 is correct. India has been ranked 38 among the 139 economies. It is correct. And statement 2, India is the highest ranked countries. It is also correct. And last, its statement states that India is a leading innovator in the Central and Southern Asian region. It is also correct. So here our all three statements are correct. The India's overall position is 38th out of 139 economies. That places it among the third top 40 global innovators. And the within the World Intellectual Property Organization's classification, India continues to perform better in the lower middle income group, and that secures it the first position among these economies. And regionally, India has retained its role as the innovation leader in the that consistently outpacing neighbors like the Iran, Kazakhstan, and Pakistan as well. Our next question is question Kokrajhar, Gelepu, and Banarhat Samaste recently in the news are associated with which of the following? Option A is India's cross-border rail link with Bhutan. B is India's trade corridor with Myanmar. C is India's maritime trade corridor with Maldives. And D option is India's infrastructure development and connectivity with Bangladesh. So here our option 1 is correct. It is a cross-border rail links with Bhutan. So here India has announced it's the first ever. It is the first ever railway link with Bhutan. The Kokrajhar Gelepu is in Assam, the rail link, and Banarhat Samaste is in West Bengal. And Gelepu and Samaste are the key import and export hubs in Bhutan along the 700-kilometer India-Bhutan border. Gelepu is being developed as the mindfulness city, while the Samaste is being developed as an industrial town by the government of Bhutan. And these railway links also helps in reinforcing the India's neighborhood first policy, also countering the China's growing influence in the South Asia. Our next question is, consider the following countries First is Qatar, second France, third Singapore, fourth Bhutan, and fifth Sri Lanka. How many of the countries listed above have currently adopted India's unified payment interface as of September 2025? So here Qatar has recently adopted it in September 2025. France has already adopted, Singapore, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka as well. So here all 5 is our correct answer, option D. So here all 5 countries have officially adopted and launched the Unified Payment Interface System for the Indian travelers as of September 2025. Unified Payment Interface System for Indian travelers as of September 2025, while Bhutan adopted it in 2021. It became the first country outside India that has adopted the UPI, enabling payment through the BHIM app. While Singapore adopted it in 2023, and UPI is fully integrated with the Singapore's national payment system PayNow, and providing the cross-border person-to-person transfers. France has also adopted in 2024, the first European country. It has become the first European country that launched the UPI. And Sri Lanka also adopted in 2024. UPI services were launched in the early 2024 at the airports and major retail outlets. 23rd question is Mission Indradhanush launched by the Government of India. Consider the following statements. Statement 1 is it aims to achieve 100% immunization coverage of children below 2 years and pregnant women. Statement 2 is intensified Mission Indradhanush was launched to focus on districts with low immunization coverage. And third is Mission Indradhanush is implemented in collaboration with WHO and UNICEF. So statement 1 is correct. It aims to achieve 100% coverage. Statement 2 is also correct because intensified Mission Indradhanush focuses on the districts that have low immunization coverage. But the statement 3 is not correct because it has been implemented by the Government of India. It took some help from WHO and UNICEF, but it wasn't implemented in collaboration with WHO and UNICEF. So here our option A is correct answer. The target of is to ensure full immunization for children under 2 age and pregnant women. So our statement 1 is correct. And for IMI, focuses on the districts and urban areas of low coverage to illustrate progress. Statement 2 is also correct. And the Mission Indradhanush is primarily a Government of India. It is a Government of India initiative under the Health Ministry. So it was supported by UNICEF and WHO, but not as a joint implemented. That's why our third statement is incorrect. Next question is with reference to the PM Vishwakarma scheme, which of the following option is not correct? A. It supports traditional artisans and craft people in the unorganized sector. Option B is it is implemented solely by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Option C is the applicant must be engaged in one of the 18 specified trades such as carpentry or pottery. Option D is it aims to provide financial assistance, skill training and market linkage to artisan. So here our option is correct. It provides traditional support to the traditional artisan and craftsmen. And our option B is also correct because it is B is not correct because it is implemented by a group of ministries. Not only by the MSME. So here our correct answer is option B. PM Vishwakarma scheme is a central sector scheme that offering a comprehensive support to the traditional artisan and craftsmen. This scheme is jointly implemented by the Union Ministries of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Skill Development and Finance. That's why our statement B is the answer for the question. And the applicant must be artisan or craftsman in one of the 18 traditional trades in an unorganized sector, self-employed, and should be above 18 years and actively working at the time of registration. And the 18 eligible trades include the carpenter, boatmaker, armor, blacksmith, locksmith, goldsmith. These are the categories. Question 25. With reference to India AI Impact Summit 2026, consider the following statement. First, it will be the first time that a nation from a global south hosts to global AI Summit. Second is, the initiative called AI Pitch Fest UDAN focuses on encouraging participation of Tier 2 and Tier 3 AI startups. Third statement is, the official logo unveiled for the summit incorporates the Ashok Chakra to signify ethical and responsible AI. So here, yes, it is the first time that a nation from global south is hosting it, and it is also called as AI Pitch Fest, and the official logo also incorporates Ashok Chakra, that to signify the ethical and responsible AI. So here our option D is correct answer. The India AI Impact Summit 2026 that will be hosted by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MITI. Our next question is, in the context of Indian-Mauritius relations, September 2025, India committed to supporting Mauritius in which administrative capacities? So your option A is establishing a new Supreme Court bench, B, civil service capacity building using Mission Karmyogi, and C is direct recruitment of Indian IPS officers for Mauritius police, and last option is setting up a new central bank for the island. Here our option B is correct. Civil service capacity building using a Mission Karmyogi. The Mission Karmyogi, India signed a MOU to provide the civil service capacity building for Mauritius using the framework Mission Karmyogi, which focuses on the competency-based training. And the strategic cooperation, this is a part of a broader set of MOUs, including the energy cooperation as well and research cooperation. And its significance is, it highlights India's role as a Vishwa Bandhu, friend of the world, by sharing its internal governance reform models with a friendly neighboring country. Question 27 is, the integrated airdrop test successfully conducted recently was a precursor to which Indian space mission? Option A Chandrayaan 4, option B Gaganyaan, option C Aditya L1, option D is Shukrayaan. So here our correct answer is option B, that is Gaganyaan. The objective of this test is to verify the safety and stability of a parachute system that required to slow down the crew module during their re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere. And its significance is, it is a critical milestone in India's path to launching its first manned mission into space. And other milestone is, in September 2025, also highlighted developments in the National Biofinery Network to accelerate the bioeconomy and biological researches. Question 28. Consider the following statements regarding India's nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement. Statement 1. To reduce the emission intensity of its GDP by 60% by 2030 related to the 2005 levels. Second is to create an additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of CO2 equivalent by 2030. And third is to meet 50% of its energy requirements from non-fossil fuel sources by 2030. So how many of the above statements are correct? Here our statement 1 is not correct because its aim is to reduce emission intensity of its GDP by 45%, not 60%. And option 2 is correct, to create an additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of CO2, that to be by 2030. And 3 is also correct, to meet the 50% of its energy requirements from fossil fuel sources, that to be by 2030. So here our option B is correct. Only 2. Nationally determined contribution (NDCs) are the climate action plan that are submitted by the countries to the UNFCCC. It outlines the targets and the policies that the government of a particular country take to reduce the greenhouse emissions and also to adapt to the climate changes under the Paris Agreement. So India has submitted its NDCs in August 2022. And India aims to reduce its emission intensity by 45%, not 60%. And these points we have discussed. Question 29. The term snapback mechanism often seen in the news refers to option A is a WTO dispute settlement process that allows member states to reimpose tariffs in case of unfair trade practices. Option B is a provision under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action that enables participants to reimpose UN sanctions on Iran in case of significant non-performance. Option C is an IMF emergency funding clause that allows reversal of loan moratoriums if a country defaults on reforms. And option D is a UNSC peacekeeping mandate that automatically restores military sanctions if agreements are violated. So here our option B is correct answer. Provision under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action that enable the participants to reimpose UN sanctions on Iran in case of significant violation, significant non-performance. And our last question of the day is question 30. Which of the following statements about the role of the Chief of Defense Staff is correct? A. CDS cannot issue directives to the 3 services. B. CDS can now issue joint instructions to Army, Navy and Air Force. C. CDS controls only nuclear forces. And our last option is CDS has no role in joint operations. So here to our option B is correct. CDS can now issue joint instructions to the Army, Navy and Air Force. So with the completion of our last question of the day, tell me the name of the CDS, current CDS of India and also the first CDS of India in the comment section. And thanks for watching. And if you find this session successful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. And also stay focused and stay consistent for your